Right, this is happening. This is what I'm doing. So yeah, it's a wee thing that I've always sort of wanted to do. For those of you that don't know, I like Doctor Who, and I think there are some great opportunities for acting in Doctor Who. There are some fantastic performances. If you're wondering why I've got a razor, there's a couple of scenes that I'm going to do where I don't actually have a sonic screwdriver or a mic that one of the scenes uses. That's a wee spoiler there. But spoilers! That's another quote for the show. So I'm going to just use this, right? So so that when you're watching it and you see me pull out a razor, you're not going to be like, what is he doing with a razor? This is Doctor Who, it's not. Daniel doesn't groom himself properly. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do some speeches for Doctor Who. And I'm using a professional camera this time, and I'm not using my alright phone. So yeah, enjoy. This is emergency program 1. Rose, now listen, this is important. If this message is activated, then it can only mean one thing. We must be in danger, and I mean fatal. I'm dead or about to die any second with no chance of escape. And that's okay, hope is a good death. But I promise to look after you, and that's what I'm doing. The TARDIS is taking you home. And I bet you're fussing and moaning now. Typical. But hold on and listen a bit more. The TARDIS can never return for me. Emergency Program 1 means that I'm facing an enemy that should never get their hands on this machine. So this is what you should do. Let the TARDIS die. Just let this old box gather dust. No one can open it, no one will even notice it. Just let it become a strange little thing standing on a street corner. And over the years the world will move on and the box will be buried. And if you want to remember me, then you can do one thing. That's all. One thing. Have a good life. Do that for me, Rose. Have a fantastic life. I'm still alive. Hang on then. Goodo, if you could let me out. Yeah. This thing seems to be making a bit of a noise. The master left the nuclear bolt running. Gone into overload. And that's bad, is it? No. Because all the excess radiation gets vented inside there. The Voci glass contains it. All 500,000 rads, about to flood that thing. Well, you better let me out then. Except it's gone critical. Touch 1 control, it floods. Even this would set it off. I'm sorry. Look, just leave me. Okay, right then, I will. Because you had to go in there, didn't you? You had to go and get stuck, oh yes. Because that's who you are, Wilfred. You were always this, waiting for me all this time. No, really, just leave me. I'm an old man, Doctor. I've had my time. Well, exactly, look at you. Not remotely important. But me? I could do so much more. So much more! But this is what I... My reward. Well, it's not fair! Live too long. Sorry, dropped it. Oh. Hello, Stonehenge! Who takes the Pandorica takes the universe. But bad news, everyone! 'Cause guess who? Ha! See, you're all whizzing about. It's really very distracting. Could you all just stay still a minute? Because I am talking! Now, question of the hour is, who's got the Pandorica? Answer, I do. Next question, who's coming to take it from me? Come on! Look at me! No plan, no backup, no weapons worth a damn. Oh, and something else. I don't have anything to lose. So, if you're sitting up there in your silly little spaceship with all your silly little guns, and you've got any plans on taking the Pandorica tonight, just remember who's standing in your way. Remember every black day I ever stopped you, and then do the smart thing. Let somebody else try first. Okay then, that's what I'll do. I'll tell you a story. Can you hear them? All these people who lived in terror of you in your judgment. All these people whose ancestors devoted themselves, sacrificed themselves to you. Can you hear them singing? Oh, you like to think you're a god. But you're not a god. You're just a parasite eating out on the jealousy and envy and longing for the lives of others. You feed on them. On the memory of love and loss and birth and death and joy and sorrow. So... Come on then. Take mine. Take my memories. And I've got a big appetite because I have lived a long life. And I've seen a few things. I walked away from the last great Time War. I marked the passing of the Time Lords. I saw the birth of the universe, and I watched as time ran out moment by moment until nothing remained. No time, no space, just me. I walked in universes where the laws of physics were devised by the mind of a madman. And I have watched universes freeze and creations burn. I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand. And I know things, secrets that must never be told, knowledge that must never be spoken, knowledge that will make parasite gods blaze. So come on then, take it! Take it all, baby! Have it! You have it all! This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Make your mind up time. One of those buttons will destroy the Zygons, release the imbecile's gas. The other one detonates a nuclear warhead under the Black Archive. It'll destroy everyone. In London. Bonnie? Bonnie, sweetheart, one of those buttons will unmask every Zygon in the world. The other one cancels their ability to change form. It'll make them human beings forever. There are safeguards beyond safeguards. I did this on a very important day for me, and this ceasefire will stand. This is wrong. No, it's not. You are responsible for all of the suffering. No, I'm not. Yes. No. Yes. No. You engineered this situation, Doctor. This is your fault. No, it's not. It's your fault. I had to do what I've done. So did I. We've been treated like cattle. So what? We've been left to fend for ourselves. Yeah, so's everyone. It's not fair. Oh, it's not fair. Oh, I didn't realise that it was not fair. Well, you know what? My TARDIS doesn't work properly, and I don't have my own personal tailor. Things don't equate. These things have happened, Zygella. They are facts. You just want cruelty to beget cruelty. You're not superior to the people who were cruel to you. You're just a whole bunch of new cruel people. A whole bunch of new cruel people being cruel to some other people who will end up being cruel to you. The only way anyone can live in peace is if they're prepared to forgive. Why don't you break the cycle? Why should we? What is it that you actually want? War. Right. And when this war is over, when you have a homeland free from humans, what do you think it's going to be like? Do you know Have you thought about it? Have you given it any consideration? Because you're very close to getting what you want. What's it going to be like? Paint me a picture. Are you going to live in houses? Will people go to work? Will there be holidays? Oh, will there be music? Do you think people will be allowed to play violins? Who's going to make the violins? Well, oh, you don't actually know, do you? Because, like every other tantruming child in history, Bonnie, you don't actually know what you want. So, let me ask you a question about this brave new world of yours. When you've killed all the bad guys, and when it's all perfect and just and fair, when you have finally got it exactly the way you want it, what are you going to do with the people like you? The troublemakers. How are you going to protect your glorious revolution from the next one? We'll win. Oh, will you? Well, maybe you will win. But nobody wins for long. The wheel just keeps turning. So come on. Break the cycle.
Why are you still talking?
Because I want to get you to see it, and I'm almost there.
I see a box with everything I need, a 50% chance for us too.
And we're off! Fingers on buzzers! Are you feeling lucky? Are you ready to play the game? Who's going to be quickest? Who's going to be luckiest?
This is not a game.
No, it's not a game, sweetheart. And I mean that most sincerely.
Why are you doing this? Yes, I'd quite like to know that too. You set this up. Why?
Because it's not a game, Kate. This is a scale model of war. Every war ever fought right there in front of you. Because it's always the same. When you fire that first shot, no matter how right you feel, you have no idea who's going to die. You don't know whose children are going to scream and burn. How many hearts will be broken? How many lives shattered? How much blood will spill until everybody does what they were always going to have to do from the very beginning? Sit down and talk! Listen to me. Listen. I just want you to think. Do you know what thinking is? It's just a fancy word for changing your mind.
I will not change my mind.
Then you will die stupid. Alternatively, you could step away from that box, you could walk right out of that door, and you could stand your revolution down.
No. I started this, Doctor. I will not stop it. You think they'll let me go after what I've done?
You're all the same. You screaming kids, do you know that? Look at me, I'm unforgivable. Well, here's the unforeseeable. I forgive you. After all you've done. I forgive you.
You don't understand. You will never understand.
I don't understand. Are you kidding me? Of course I understand. I mean, do you call this a war? This funny little thing? This is not a war. I fought in a bigger war than you will ever know. I did worse things than you could ever imagine. And when I close my eyes, I hear more screams than anyone could ever be able to count. And you know what you do with all that pain? Shall I tell you where you put it? You hold it tight until it burns your hand. And you say this: no one else will ever have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch. say no, you turn back around. Hey! I'm going to be dead in a few hours, so before I go, let's have this out, you and me, once and for all. Winning? Is that what you think it's about? I'm not trying to win. I'm not doing this because I want to beat someone, because I hate someone, or because I want to blame someone. It's not because it's fun. God knows it's not because it's easy. It's not even because it works, because it hardly ever does. I do what I do because it's right. Because it's decent. And above all, it's kind. It's just that. Just kind. If I run away today, good people will die. If I stand and fight, some of them might live. Maybe not many, maybe not for long. Hey, you know, maybe there's no point in any of this at all. But it's the best I can do. So I'm going to do it, and I will stand here doing it till it kills me. You're going to die too. Someday. How would that be if you thought about it? What would you die for? Who I am is where I stand, and where I stand is where I fall. Stand with me. These people are terrified. Maybe we can help. A little. Why not? Just at the end. Just be kind. And now I'm editing. So I'm editing, and this is also the end of the video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I just booted my camera there, but we all know what I'm like for lack of professionalism. Oh God, I made a conceited effort to put that in the back of shot to remind you that this is about Doctor Who, you know. I don't want you forgetting. But yeah, so that's the end of the video. I'm actually quite disappointed with how it turned out. Don't know about you. But yep, I'm sure I'll think of another thing that gets very little attention, just to fill the time when I'm not acting. But anyway, cheers. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Yeah, that's another quote in it. Super fan.